I got options, and I don't wanna take you shopping, but I don't wanna play your thing.
What's up, you guys? So welcome back to my channel. Before we start, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's start. So as you can see from the title, today's video is basically some tips and advice for you before you start, or if you're thinking about starting a small business. So first, before I start, I'm going to talk a little bit about mine. So basically, I opened my small business in April of 2020, and I started during quarantine just by watching YouTube videos about people my age and older who have their own businesses. So I was watching videos about specifically the stuff that I sell. So I sell charm bracelets and stuff like that. So I was watching videos and basically how they do it, and that's what made me want to sell charm bracelets. So I sell charm bracelets, croc charms. I'll insert some pictures, hairpins, brooches, and I think that's it. But I sell different styles of charm bracelets, and in other videos I'll get into that more. And like, you guys, sorry about that. As I was saying, you guys will see more of that as time goes on this channel. So yeah, let's get into the tips and tricks that I have for you guys. So the first one is to make sure you have a catchy and or easy to remember business name. So my name is Accessories by Naj Malia, but I remember when I first started, I was debating between like a couple different ones, but I decided to just go simple with something that people will remember, and something that's not like too long. But if you're gonna have a short one, make it catchy that people will remember, like, oh yeah, that's da 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 da. So you just have to make sure that it's easy to remember. Like, if it's something that you can't remember yourself, what makes you think other people are gonna remember it? Like, be for real. So yeah, the next one is to make sure you promote yourself. Don't depend on other people to promote your stuff for you, because that's not how your stuff will get out there. You have to make sure that you are committed into this, and once you're committed, you're gonna have the motivation to want to promote yourself. You can't expect other people to promote your stuff if you're not promoting it for yourself. Yes, it's okay to share it around for friends and family to share, but you're your biggest supporter, so you have to promote yourself. I remember when I started, I was promoting, I started on Instagram, and I had my family and friends post about it, and then I moved it to Snapchat. So I was promoting on both of those, and then eventually I ended up moving to TikTok. It just really depends on where you have your largest like base of followers at, or you can do all of them. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you promote yourself, promote your stuff, because if no one knows about it, no one's going to shop. You have to promote your stuff, and that's just that. The next one, I would say, which is like, to me, in my opinion, it's like such a given, you have to start small. So your inventory, don't start big, because God forbid that the stuff doesn't work out. You don't want to have spent a lot of money in like all your stuff, and then you can't move the rest of the stuff. Like, you can't get rid of the rest of the stuff. So you have to make sure that you start small. I know when I started, I literally started with like a small batch of basic charm bracelets and some hairpins. And you have to always make sure that your stuff is like sellable. And what I mean by that is like, make sure it doesn't fall apart, anything like that. Because I remember when I first started, when you make charm bracelets, you have to use like the little split rings to attach the charms onto the bangle. And when I started, I used jump rings, not knowing that jump rings they're cheap and they fall off the bracelet. So my customers were like telling me, oh, you know, the charms are falling off the bracelet. So obviously that was bad for business, and I knew for a fact I had to switch it up. So I researched, and I found out that you're supposed to use split rings and not jump rings. Jump rings are easier to use when you're starting out, but use those for practice. I wouldn't sell those at all, because the charms are going to fall off. I don't care what you say, they're gonna fall off. No matter what you try to do, they're gonna fall off. So get split rings or don't do it at all. Okay, back to start small inventory. Make sure your inventory is not large. I really can't stress that enough, because not only when you're first starting, you don't even have a target audience yet, and we'll get to that in a minute, but just make sure your inventory is small, because you don't want to start out big and then not be able to get rid of all of it. That's just something that you don't want to happen. Okay, so start small. Next, like I just said, to have a specific target audience. And what I mean by that is to have a target audience that you're catered to. So for example, my target audience is my age group. So I'm 17, so I'd say teenagers and maybe a little bit older Because I sell charm bracelets and I sell croc charms, and only a certain age group is wearing croc charms. You don't see like grown women out there wearing crocs. So it's like you have to cater to a certain age group. So say if you're selling lashes, right? Your age group is going to be teenagers, because a lot of teenagers nowadays are wearing lashes. Or it'll be like young adults. If you're selling high heels, then you're catered to grown women, because more than likely grown women will buy those high heels. So you have to make sure whatever you're selling is catered to a specific age group so that you sell to them, because you can't just, you know, sell to anyone. So this ties into make sure you have a target audience. It's to cater your prices to your target audience. Now what I mean by this is to make sure that the prices of your products are reasonable to your target audience. For example, my charm bracelets are around, they range from $2 to $8, and that's a reasonable price for my target audience, which is my age group, because a lot of kids my age, they're starting to get jobs and stuff like that, so they're able to afford stuff like that. If you have a lash business and you're catered to older teenagers and young adults, they have better jobs and they have the funds to buy expensive lashes, so you can make your lashes expensive. But if your target audience are young teenagers and you're selling your stuff for like $30 up, you're not really gonna sell to your target audience or sell at all. So you have to make sure you know what your target audience is going to buy and make sure you set your prices as that. That's really one of the most important things to get sales. Another one that I recommend, this is not a necessity because I didn't start out with this, but to have a website. So I didn't start out with a website. I just started out with taking orders through my DMs, but it is pretty good to have a website because I was watching videos and a lot of people say that they wouldn't buy from a small business that doesn't have a website because I guess, you know, they don't trust it. But that doesn't go for everyone. If you're just starting out, I would recommend that you take orders from DMs. But a website that I use for my small business is Big Cartel, and I think Big Cartel is a great website to start out with because they have a deal and you can post 5 products on there for free, and then you can add like options and everything that you need to add on it, and you don't have to pay anything at all. And I think that's a great way to start out. I'll make a video on how to start your website using Big Cartel soon. But yeah, so I think Big Cartel is great, and also I think just a website just it just gives your business more trust. Like people will be like, okay, this is like a legit business because they have an actual website. So I think that's good too. So I think you should have a website eventually, but like, don't get me wrong, if you don't want to have a website in the beginning, that's completely fine because you're just starting out. Especially if you've never had a business before, then I think that's like, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to have a website. A website's not for everyone. It does take a lot of work. You have to, you know, add and list all your stuff. Then you have to come up with shipping and all of that, and that also just depends on where you live and who you're shipping to, because I know a lot of people, they ship to out of country. I was about to say out of state, out of country and all that. So it really just depends. I know me personally, I don't ship to out of country, so I only ship to in country, so like just different states. So yeah, a website, it's not a must, but it's recommended. Every business, this is just like some like little motivation. Every business experiences a low point. Your business is not always going to be up all the time, so don't give up. No matter what, your sales could be right here one week and then the next week they're down here, but that's literally just how it is. Like, don't give up. Your stuff is still bomb. You're still doing your thing, especially if you're a teenager in this and you're starting your own business, period, because you're that girl, her. But yeah, so make sure you don't give up no matter what. It doesn't matter what your sales are looking like. It doesn't matter views, any of that. Keep going, keep pushing. And like I said earlier, promote. You're not going to get any sales if you don't promote. And that's the reality. And then the last one I have is, as you grow your business, expand your inventory. So as you grow your audience, as you grow your customers, as you grow your business, you can ask them, hey, what are some things that you guys want to see, or what do you buy, and then cater all of your stuff to that. Say I'm doing really good in my first whatever a business, and I ask my supporters, and I'm like, hey, would you guys buy lashes? And they say yes. And like, you get like an overwhelming amount of yeses. And obviously I'm gonna expand my business and I'm gonna buy some lashes, because if that's what they're gonna buy, then that's what I'm gonna get, so I can make some money, you know. So just as you grow your business, expand your inventory. Like I said though, in the beginning, that's really just not a necessity in the beginning. This is more so as you get more into it and as you feel more comfortable with your target audience, like I said before, and all of that. And that all just really ties in together. So all of these tips that I just gave y'all, it ties in together. And having your own business is a really, really, really fun thing, and it gives you a lot of experience with customer service, with like creativity, entrepreneurship, all of that. And if you are thinking of starting a small business and you're not sure, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. I've been in business for 3 years and it's just been amazing. It's like 3 years going on 4, and like it's amazing and I love it. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions about starting your own small business, y'all can leave them in the comments. Y'all can let me know on Instagram, and I'm going to answer and I'm gonna get back to you guys. So yeah, make sure if you're thinking about doing something and you want to do it, do it. Don't let anyone stop you. You know, your dreams is your dreams, and don't let anyone stop you, period. So that's it for today, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.